family and soon-to-be family at this wonderful occasion where we're here to unite in holy matrimony, Jamal and Desiree. Why don't we have the kids? Now, first of all, I want to say, as the father of the bride, I guess I want to say to Jamal that it isn't easy to give your daughter away. I was there when she was born, and she was born. It was an emergency cesarean. That's how Desiree was born, and we were very concerned about how things were going to go. Her umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck, and she wasn't getting enough oxygen, and we weren't sure if she'd be able to have all her wits about her. But it appears as though she has all her wits about her. And I remember so well going in to see Gwen, her mom, and she, because it was a cesarean, was knocked out, and she would slowly come opening her eyes, and she would say, we didn't know back then if you'd have a girl or a boy. And she said, is it a girl or a boy? And I said, it's a girl. And she was so happy. And so then she'd go back to sleep. And I'd come back 10, 15 minutes later, and she'd wake up. Was it a girl or was it a boy? I said, it's a girl. Oh, so happy. And she did it again. She did it like 3 times where she was, so she really wanted a little girl, and she got her little girl. Well, we immediately fell in love with our daughter. And this is the girl we're talking about giving away. So I just want to make sure you understand it's not easy to do this. She, when she got home, she was not as quiet as our son. She was a screamer. In fact, we couldn't even keep her in the room at night. She screamed so loud. And even though she was born with this emergency cesarean, also she had necrotizing interlockulitis. Everybody want to say that with me a few times? Necrotizing interlockulitis. And she had to have an operation, and she got through all that. But it didn't slow her down. She ended up being a very vibrant lady with a lot of personality, she's very adventurous. She is not afraid of snakes and snails and lizards or anything else. She likes sports. She's very outgoing. So she wasn't hardly slowed down by the things that early on in her life. But she was also a daddy's girl when she was young. And her mom didn't seem to mind because she was also a daddy's girl. She was hoarse to her father.
Thanks for sharing.
And, when she was little, as a daddy's girl, she wrote a lot of things. But one of the things that she wrote, she said, I love my dad, Bob Hill. He is nice. Do you think he likes me as much as I like him? I like him. Okay, okay. He is the best dad in the wild, W-I-L-D. In the wild. Do you think he is? Well, I would have been fine if it just stayed that way. If life would have just stayed with this little, but you know, it didn't. We moved on. And she fell in love with other people, such as her cousin John. She writes to John and tells John that she loves him. I love Jonathan so much. And it was sweet. And you know, it only got worse from there. Pretty soon I had to deal with a whole list of people who, through the game, Randy turned out the winner. And they're going to live in a house and have a 4x4, 1 kid, and $1,100,000. That was my life, she says. So that's kind of, you know, it was getting rough. So I had to, as a father, kind of step in. And what I did is, you know, I was feeling a little bit protective. And if you look at the picture at the back there, you can see me with my little girl. And I'm not really wanting all these boys around. See, I'm feeling a little protective. And so I decided to have her sign a note while she's young enough to do it. And the note went something like this. My name's Desiree, and I'm my daddy's princess now and forever. And you see, that's a real signature. I want you to know that there is nothing fake going on about that signature. I knew I had to get it while the getting was good. Well, as time went on, my signature didn't hold the water I would have hoped it would have. And I couldn't get her to say she was Daddy's little princess for anything until just a few years ago. Maybe it was only a couple years ago. We were at the Olive Garden